Hey everyone, welcome to the results video of the glitch mini contest. Now, as the name already says it, in this round everybody had to make a really glitchy park that still looked good on a small map. So, we had 9 completed entries by the end of this round. This round was pretty difficult for people to come up with something, so that's why we didn't get too many entries. On the plus side, well, this means that every entry is in the top 10, so that's always a nice thing. And yeah, another thing in this round was that all the entries were of pretty high quality, so everybody scored at least 7 points. So yeah, that's really high. So let's start with the entry that got 9th place, and then I'll continue on until we reach the winner of the round. Alright, here we have the entry from Boracay Flavor. So his entry was based on the Matrix. No, it certainly does look like something from the Matrix with the black and the green stuff. You can also see he hid some tiles here on the edge. So yeah, when you put the corrupt element on a surface tile, then it will do this really weird stuff. So whenever I'm moving the screen here, you can see it sort of draws what was last there. So yeah, that's kind of a funky thing to do. You can also see that the stuff that's here in the corner of the screen, the date and the weather, also gets stuck here if you move the screen like that. You'll see that's a trick in quite a few more entries. Other than that, yeah, there's some monorails going around here, some really strange scenery, and there's also a coaster with lots of invisible parts. Now, of all the entries that I got, I think this entry is probably one of the most messy entries, but it's still fun to watch this coaster go around. So yeah, nice work from Boracay Flavor. Okay, here's the entry from Scottish Novice. She made this really colorful entry. She told me making this gave her a headache, probably because all this stuff is so glitchy. As you move around, you can see all these tiles switch color. I think this looks really cool. So what she made here is all these coasters on top of each other. It's really interesting design. Not really sure how she did it. Well, yeah, there's probably just some coasters that are overlapped, or probably just some coasters that are all put on the same track. And if they're all a different ride, then they won't collide with one another. And it's called Glitch Coaster, and yeah, it certainly lives up to its name. It's quite weird seeing all these cars, all these trains pass through one another. Now, she didn't actually have any guests in the park, because all these colors already gave her enough of a headache. So that's why there's just entertainers in the park. And the entertainers are all just named after people who are members on the Discord. But yeah, it's definitely a creative entry. And what I especially like is that she actually used the cheat to make more ducks disappear. This park has a ton of ducks. Alright, then we have a tie for 6th place. Now, whoever has played the original Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 will probably recognize these coasters. It looks like a scene from Diamond Heights. I believe that's what the scenario is called. And yeah, Delta Aclut surely made sure to make these coasters look messy. They do some really weird stuff. You can see them teleport here. There's a weird 90-degree turn here. Here you could see the coasters fly off the track a little bit. At some point they go underwater. And of course this palette is also, I believe the palette is called Jumbled Palette. But yeah, Delta Aclut sure made this park look like a proper mess. But of course, I really like these coasters, because it's really recognizable still. Just a bit more of of a weird version. Also some other really interesting stuff. You can see this merry-go-round here with two parts actually rotating in different directions somehow. There's actually two merry-go-rounds here. Oh wait, no, they're rotating in the same direction, but it's just a very weird ride. Oh, now it rotates the other direction. It's probably in the Berserk mode, yeah. You can do really fun stuff with turning your flat rides in the Berserk mode, because then it doesn't follow the original sprites that it would normally use. But yeah, I think this is a very nice entry and really fun to watch. Great work. Alright, here's the other entry that got 6th place. This one was made by me. So I actually made a coaster here. Well, the people who have been to the Dutch park Efteling might recognize this coaster. This coaster kind of looks like Python. I did give it my own twist. And of course, the people who've been on this coaster will probably see... well, it doesn't go forwards through the layout, but it will actually traverse the layout while going backwards. So I replaced the train with one of these powered coasters. I put in shuttle mode. I made an invisible track piece here, and then it will just keep going through the track backwards. It's actually quite fun to watch. I also put a little teleport in it, and it will also briefly go off the track here. Here at the end it will also go off the track, and at the loops it will actually traverse an invisible loop that's right next to the track. So I definitely had some fun making this ride. I did do my best to still make it look nice. Some people in the reviews said that it was actually maybe too nice. I kind of agree. Maybe I should have made it more glitchy, but I still did have a lot of fun making this. Now again, I also put some corrupt elements on the tiles on the edge of the park, so that makes it a glitchy mess here. I put some custom messages. I gave the staff some funny names. So the handymen are actually entertainers. The mechanics are handymen. And I also included all members of the DKMP Discord as an entertainer in the park. It was quite a lot of work. Okay, here we have the entry from Dididi Rob. He made this park called Fatal Error. So yeah, it's a sort of a blue background for this coaster. I used the reverser coaster. This coaster is really easy to mess up, to make it look glitchy. Here's a part of the coaster. Yeah, this coaster was programmed in kind of a weird way. So whenever you let it go through elements it normally cannot do, or you make it go through a different reverser, then yeah, it kind of gets messed up. And yeah, I think that's really cool. You can sometimes see some random sprites flying around here. You can also see a top spin here. It's probably also in a mode which it cannot be in, Space Rings mode. So yeah, sometimes you can just see it jump or rotate or do weird stuff. That's pretty cool. Again, on the edge of the map, these invisible tiles, so this part here is all messed up. But what I like is that he also has some guests walking around here. So they actually keep drawing themselves on here. This is quite funny. But yeah, this I think they did a really nice job in this entry. Even though it's a little bit small, it's really nice to look at. Okay, here's the entry from Terror Hank. He made this really funky palette for the park. You can see these trees with tons of different colors. He probably kind of put like a rainbow on the place where the green color for these trees normally is. Or maybe this is yellow, I'm not sure. And he used that color throughout the map. He has some really funny custom messages here as well. I'm not gonna read them all now, but yeah. Like every contest, if you want to see the contest entries for yourself, you should simply download all the entries. You can download them from the mini contest archive on my Discord server. There you can find all the entries, and then you can take a better look at them. You can see lots of glitchy stuff here. Some of these rides which just have lot of different sprites, a big sprite mess. These coasters all do funny stuff, and it's a really nice mix of track pieces with this jumbled palette, but also some black tile color pieces. Yeah, it's just really funny to watch all these rides glitch up. So this car ride also looks really interesting. But yeah, this was a really cool looking entry. Even though it's messed up, it's still nice to watch. I think he also did a nice job on these diagonal paths here. So yeah, great work from Tero Henk on this entry. Alright, here's the entry from AJ. This was one of my favorites. Even though it's kind of messy, it still kind of looks like art. Yeah, looks like there's some interesting stuff here in the sky. There's also some interesting scenes here in the air. You can see a frozen coaster here with a sphinx next to it and some dry bushes, kind of like a desert scene. Here's a volcano with looks like lava what's coming from it. This looks like a mine scene. Maybe it's easier to see from a different angle. And this also looks like there's a little bit of a graveyard here. Here there's a train traveling right next to the rails or right above it. So a coaster going around. None of the rides actually have a name, so that's also interesting. It's really fun to see all this stuff happening here. It does look kind of like a mess, but all these little random scenes that appear to be cut out here, it still kind of looks like art to me. So yeah, this was one of my favorite entries. I really loved watching this. So yeah, it's a mess, but it's really fun to watch. I think it's done in a brilliant way. Great job. Okay, then there's just 2 entries remaining. This is the one from Zarathustra. I will also show the other entry, the one from Robbie Hood, which comes after this. And after I've shown that entry, I will reveal which entry was the winner of this round. So, yeah, Zarathustra went for a vaporwave theme. He also recommended some music to be played in the background. So a really interesting color scheme. If you're familiar with vaporwave, you'll probably recognize this kind of style. Yeah, here's a reverser coaster once again. Again, they're quite easy to glitch up, and it does some really weird stuff here. Not really sure what it's actually doing here. Powered launch. Not really sure where actually the car is. This is probably the real car, but it just looked like it was doing some random stuff here. What I also really like is this observation tower here. This is just really weird. It's probably in different modes. Free fall drop mode. Yeah, I'm really not sure what's happening here. But for sure, this is a really interesting thing that's going on here. So some really glitchy trees. Here's a flat ride with some coaster cars that are running around in circles here. Also some boats here with Virginia reel tubs. And there's also a little building here. I guess this is station for the trains that you sometimes see go around here. He probably used the train hack for it, Thomas 420. So yeah, it's a miniature train, but it also has some of these multi-dimension coaster cars in the middle, and there's also a green square here. So yeah, very interesting ride traveling around here, which indeed does require some vehicle hacking. So it's nice to see someone actually use that. Yeah, I think this is a really nice entry, and yeah, it has a great, theme, great palette. Nice work. Okay, here's the entry from Robbie Hood. Now this is really nice. He has this text in the sky saying "loading." The story for this park was something that, was a bug report to the Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 developers, saying his game would stay stuck on loading. His park only loaded halfway. and in the text he could see the text loading, and he actually made these dots appear and disappear like this. I don't really know how he did it, but I think that's brilliant. I believe there was some vehicles here in the sky which have a black color, but I'm not really sure how it worked. Again, if you want to find out how this works, you can download the entry for yourself and then check it out. What I really like is these dual-link coasters here. They get launched from this station here, and as they go around you can actually see the track sort of load under them. I think that's really creative and really fits the theme that he tried to make. Same with these boats. As they go around here, they will actually reveal some of the tiles right under them. So yeah, I think that's executed really well. The park actually does look quite nice in this part. So it's a really nice mix of a nice park and the glitchy part, and this all just makes it really pleasing to the eye. Okay, now it's time to reveal who is the winner of this round. And the winner of the 11 mini contest, the mini glitch contest, is Robbie Hood. Well, it's probably no surprise. Robbie Hood does really well at these contests. I really enjoyed this entry. I think it's really creative. But I pretty much enjoyed all of the entries that were made for this round. They all scored really high, and I really enjoyed watching all of them. Okay, a new mini contest will start soon. If you want to join one of these mini contests, you should join my Discord server. The link to my Discord server can be found in the video description. Discord is completely free, so just feel free to join. Alright, hope to see you soon in our new mini contest, and I'll see you again in the next video. See you later.